Bring it on, Queenie. Hi everyone, happy Halloween! Yes, I dressed myself up for this review because why not? Let's talk about Once Upon a Time Season 6, Episode 6, Dark Waters. I'm not gonna be able to move my head that much because every time I move it, my little headpiece falls off, so, we're gonna make it work. Let's start with Hook. I'm really excited we got to see a lot more of Hook this episode because I don't feel we've been seeing a lot of him this season so far, so I'm like, finally! And not only that, but I enjoyed the fact that they focused on his and Henry's relationship, which had some funny moments. I mean, when Hook is trying to say, well, we'll just play those, what is it, video games? How do you do that? And then he comes out with the controller, I think it was like an Xbox controller, and he's like, I don't think this was made for people with one hand. And then of course that allowed Henry to sort of accept Hook as part of the family, especially when he saves him. And then Hook is like, you mean I'm part of the don't push it. I also enjoyed that they tied some of Hook's past that we already knew about to kind of the consequences of what he did. And with Liam now in Storybrooke, and he obviously has forgiven Hook for what he did, I was at first thinking that that might mean that we'd see more of him, but the end of the episode makes me think that Liam is just gonna pretty much hang out with Nebo and they're gonna be a family together. Hook also confessed to Emma that he didn't originally get rid of the shears, and she of course forgave him and she understood why he did it. But am I the only one that kind of felt like Emma was sad that he eventually got rid of him? Like almost when he told her, oh well, I didn't get rid of him, she seemed kind of hopeful. Part of her seemed maybe happy that he didn't get rid of him right away, because from her conversation with Aladdin, she actually decided to get rid of him because she's afraid she might want to use them. So I think it's this conflicting thought within herself where she's like, I know I shouldn't be using them, I don't want to be using them, so I'm gonna just get rid of them now while I still have the strength to not use them. That doesn't mean that she wouldn't want to use them if she had the opportunity or if she was put in a specific situation. So I like that it wasn't straightforward for Emma. At least it didn't seem like it was straightforward for her. She also had conflicting feelings about it. Moving on to the Evil Queen. I had a thought while watching this episode about the Evil Queen who is threatening to unleash some secrets upon everyone, and then, Regina is like, bring it, Queenie. But then I thought, wait, Evil Queen and Regina are pretty much the same person. So wouldn't Regina know everything that the Evil Queen knows? So wouldn't she know every secret that the Evil Queen could possibly use against them? Couldn't she possibly tell everyone, oh, by the way, here are all the things that I know that might come and hurt us. Get it all out in the open and be done with it. That leads me to talking about Rumple and the Evil Queen, who had a moment. I have to say I enjoyed the first time that these two had a moment, but in this episode for some reason the Evil Queen seemed a little bit childish, a little bit like a little girl that was infatuated with her teacher. I think I liked the first time around where it seemed like she was a little more in control and she wasn't just fawning over Rumple. She just knew what she wanted and she was gonna try and get it. And now we're in trouble because Rumple has the shears now, which I'm not sure I really understand how he would use them on Belle. I mean, I'm guessing it has to do with her loving him again or her breaking something or cutting something. I don't know. I wasn't really clear about that. I was like, so you can make her love you again or what? I'm not sure what that does. In exchange for him getting the shears, he's gonna help the Evil Queen get Snow White's heart. Somehow, the Evil Queen teaming up with Rumple cannot be a good thing. Let's move on to Aladdin. It turns out Agrabah is gone. So I'm not really sure what Jasmine needs Aladdin for. I mean, where is it? Can we bring it back? What's going on there? And then on top of it, his whole story made me wonder about saviors and whether he can still save Agrabah even though he's not the savior. Like, maybe the question is can you really cut that part out of yourself? Similar to Regina cutting out the evil part of her. Can you really cut out the evil part of you? At this point, it doesn't look like she really can because they're connected. One cannot live without the other. So with that in mind, is that the same for saviors? Maybe the shears don't really do what they think they do. Maybe they can't really cut out the savior part of you. Maybe it's just part of you, regardless. Maybe his savior part is somewhere and he can get it back. I don't know, just a thought that I had. And those were all my thoughts, but of course I would love to hear your thoughts on the episode. Did you enjoy seeing Hook as much as I did? Or what do you think about Aladdin possibly still being able to be the savior? Let me know in the comments. I know I'm not dressed up in a Once Upon a Time theme, but here's a thought. Once Upon a Time Doctor Who crossover. Who's with me? Anyone? Anyone?